Wilson Morales from Black Film TV, talking to the cast and director of Aurora, a Love Story. How's it going, folks?
What up, Dom?
Having a good day.
So, Noel, talk to me about how you came about writing this and how did you come up with the title?
So the story came from, I was married on a beach in Aruba to my beautiful wife. And when I was there with my family, there were over 60 family members that came to my wedding. I wanted to put that on screen. I wanted to show the world what a beautiful Black destination wedding looks and feels like. And just the love, the family dynamics, the drama. You know, there was drama at my wedding, as I'm sure there are at all weddings. And so, of course, there's drama in Aurora, and then there was a plot twist. And so that's where the story originated. And the title came from wanting to find something that really represented that powerful feeling of love, right? Mm-hmm. And Aurora means this spontaneous natural phenomenon that's a burst of light that comes from seemingly out of nowhere. And I think that's what Giselle represented for Kenny, is when his heart was hardened by past relationships, it took this natural phenomenon to come and break through that wall. And that's what Aurora means. And that's why it's called Aurora, a Love Story.
Initially, when I started watching this, I said, oh, it's a wedding. It's a Christmas story. Why didn't they air this in December? You know, but then as it went along, I said, okay, there's another story here. For you, each of you guys have worked on different projects and movies over the years. What led you to say yes to this? Tobias?
Oh, man. Everything that, when you think about independent, is a collaboration. So, you know, this idea to be able to, you know, flex in the lead vehicle and then be able to collaborate with people. And then we're in Puerto Rico. It was gorgeous. The story, beautiful cast. And, you know, these are the ideas that make me want to move forward, especially when you're thinking about independence and doing it on our own and making our own films and making our own projects. These are ideas and the people that you want to like build with. So, you know, that was the main factors that drove me into making Aurora, the love story, come to life.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Wakeema?
For me, I think it was that it's different. This is a different story. Like, it is both at the same time a classic Black love story, but it's also very modern and it's also very vulnerable. And I related to Giselle so much. And you know, love is unexpected sometimes, and sometimes love is not enough, and then sometimes love is all you need, and there is all of that going on in this film. So I connected with it immediately when I read the script, so I knew I wanted to do it.
You know, when you're putting together the story, you have your two leads here, but you also have supporting characters. That's not easy to write when you're writing this many characters. How are we able to balance the other characters you're writing in while still keeping the theme of the love story and the other subplots going on? Noel?
That's a great question. I want to take this time to thank the cast that we were able to secure for this, right? From Amber Anderson and Jason Hurd and Ashley Monique Harper and Mark John Jeffries, Julito. Like, the cast is amazing, right? And so while, as you said, building this collage of characters, you want to make sure that you stay true to the leads, but also give every color on the canvas its proper space to shine in. And I think they were dynamic enough to do that in the small spaces that were allowed without anyone ever leaking onto each other's space, but everybody collaborating to make a more beautiful picture, to complete the analogy. So it was challenging. It was more challenging to write it and make sure that the balance was there than it was to direct it, because once I handed it over to these artists as well, we worked so well together. Like, it was such a team and family dynamic, and I think that comes across on screen. Like, we lived together out there, we ate together, we hung out together, we played ball, we played games, we did, you name it, we did it. And I think it shows in the chemistry we had as a family. And that's why I feel this is really a family love story as much as it is a love story for the couple.
I was going to ask that. Did you guys, Tobias and Wakeema, did you guys know each other prior to shooting? Like, how did you guys work before production started so that when we, the audience, see you guys on screen, we can see the chemistry?
I did not have the pleasure of knowing Tobias before we filmed this, but he's an amazing guy. So it wasn't hard to take him in and to let him happen to me and imagine what it would be like to have a man this beautiful in your life and fully in love with you and giving you everything you want and need as a woman. Like, what woman doesn't want that? So, you know, he made it easy for me. So I have to say it was good.
Make you sound like you were a perfect actor. You know, like you're the perfect actor. Like you came on, you just, stepped on all the steps you wanted to see. What about you, Tobias?
Hey, absolutely. Great chemistry. It always gonna, we have our blueprint here, the page, and then it's like, what can we do? And then, Wakeema and I start getting into it, and we start filling out what we can give and take, and how we can pull and push each other. And we started getting in, making each other laugh, and started joking with each other and nudging each other around and building trust. And that's really what it is about a trust thing. So look at us. He's fine as hell. He's tall. He's chocolate.
He's so compliments.
It's just, talent oozing out. Everybody in the picture is gorgeous. And that's part of the dynamic of the film too. Aurora, it has a natural glow coming from it too. So,
when you do an independent film, sometimes do you give any of the actors any liberties in order to ad-lib anything, whether it's a certain scene or a certain look? Everybody's had experiences going to weddings, being in weddings, I guess. Did you add anything to it? Did you let them add anything to it?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that should be true for film at any level. I think film is the ultimate collaboration, right? Like, it's like football. I don't care how good your quarterback is, if they don't block, you're gonna die. And so I don't ever walk into it thinking I have all the answers or that I'm the smartest person in the room. I try to, one thing, the most talented actors to me are the smartest people. And this was a group of smart individuals that comprise this cast. So I'd be a moron to not take their input, takes direction from them, know when to lead, know when to follow. And I think that's what makes it a great film, is that it's all of our film, right? There were times where I had to say, this is my vision, I need you to do this like this. But those times were few and far between, because I trusted that everyone committed to this. And when you commit to it and you own it, then you're bringing something to it to say, no, this is why Kenny would do this like this. Right. And now that's his character. That's not my character anymore. And so now I got to say, okay, let me see it, right? And 9 times out of 10, the actor is going to be right, because they've owned that character. And when it's not selfish, when it's not like I'm just trying to make it about me, then it works, right? And I had a group of people that were not selfish and that really wanted to make this the best film it could be. And so it's always a collaboration when I work.
Mm-hmm. Wakeema, you've been on Dynasty, and so obviously we just recently saw you the Best Messenger. You've had your share of TV work. Tobias, you had a film last year, where you're, obviously top of the call sheet. Is it different when you're doing a film outside of TV, when you're more pages for you to deliver, and obviously the film centered on the both of you, as opposed to like you're part of an ensemble, even though this is an ensemble, but you're the lead on this one? Wakeema?
I feel that this was much more collaborative. When you're working for a big network, one of the bigger networks, and things have to be an exact way, and there's a little bit of rigidity in it, and there's not a lot of space for you to say, well, I would like to change it in this way or that way. Is very different from doing something like this, because Noel made it seem like it's very normal to get a director that's open to whatever you say, but that's not always the case. So having someone who was very open to me saying, this is truly what I feel that Giselle is going through and how she would react to the situation, and we talk it out. And so that was really nice to have that open space to work with. So in that way, it was different. And then also just the feeling that this was just one big family. We all got along, we were living together, we were in a beautiful place. So I think that is what was different about this for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you guys?
Oh man, I think for myself, I train myself to prepare myself for do the work, and the work in the lead is what I want to do. The idea of being able to have a space where you can try different stuff is always, you know, the environment that you need and want as an artist. I bring my complete self to the supporting role or the lead, but at the same time, you know, I spend my career and time and effort to run the show and be at the helm. And I also think the energy that is set from the leads trickles down into the rest of the cast. So I think setting a certain kind of precedent is important, and that's what I spent my time working on, you know, building myself up into that space so that I can do that type of job.
Well, congratulations on the film. Congratulations on the role. Let's hope a lot more people are aware of it. This is what we're here to do. So I'm sure I'll see you again on your next projects. And Noel, don't take forever. Get back in the game. One film after the other, but not years apart.
We're shooting another film at the end of February, so there's no more waiting. So we're shooting a film at the end of February, a film at the end of August. You'll see a lot of the same actors because I believe in the team, I believe in their talent. You know, so yeah, there are no more all gas, no brakes.
I love that.
Ooh, that's
Right.
but that's what we say. We don't break. We take our foot off the gas.
Keep it going. It's been fun talking to you guys. I'll see you when I see you. Take care.
All right, thank you.